Let's get it. Said it's in the secret place of the Most. He's the Most High. And that's where you'll find me, under his wings is where I said, under his wings is where I hide. Hallelujah.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so ecstatic and excited to see it. I thank the Most High for my life, my health, and my strength. I hope I ain't step in no poop. They supposed to clean that up out here at the park. They give them little bags to put it in. And I was saying one time before, I noticed how people, they start leaving a bag of poops on the trail. They'll pick it up, but they'll leave it right there on the trail for somebody else to clean up. What trashy thinking people. Notice I ain't call them trashy, I just call them trashy thinking. Like my mother would say, get that stinking thinking out of your mind. But like I said, it's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And I do hope everyone else is well, and that you too are enjoying this day. Getting out, getting some fresh air. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Some sunshine and hopefully even some exercise. The Most High is so gracious. I was just thinking about the thought he gave me today and how it correlated with what we was just talking about, people leaving trash in the path for other people. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Oh boy. And it's not just trash, it's poop. Their mess. Their dog's mess. Some would say even worse. But all praises to the Most High. We hadn't been out to this park, Plant Road Park, in a shake. I thank the Most High for the opportunity. Hallelujah. I'm just coming from a job. That's why I'm dressed like I am. These jobs keeping me quite busy. Okay. And as I was saying, thought of today is stop trying to lead if you can't even follow. And the Most High just whispered that into my ruach. Stop trying to lead if you can't even follow. Just like that. Stop trying to lead if you can't even follow. And this idea came from our road trip this week. We took off and went to my home, my birthplace, and visited family. We didn't celebrate the hell day, but we celebrated our family on that trip. We got an opportunity to sit with my mother, and we had 2 great Bible studies, if you would call it, or should we say 2 great meets with the Most High. That was so beautiful. And see, I think a lot of times that's what it's gonna take, sitting with our brothers and sisters and breaking bread with them as Abba breaks bread with us, and then they get that confirming in their ruach or spirit to say, okay, he on the right path, he on the right path. So maybe I just don't understand all of where he's coming from yet. And that's how I feel this week was. I keep saying the weekend because we traveled basically on Wednesday night. Got to my mother's Thursday. Celebrated the Most High on Thursday. Then we rode down to my father's on Friday. Pardon me. No, we rode down to my father's on Thursday evening just to slide through and speak. Because my main goal on this trip was to meet my granddaughter. And that's what we did on Friday afternoon. Came back from my mother's and traveled over to see my son and his baby. In that process, we started talking, and we always getting emotional because we were backtracking our past and coming on up to where we were then and going on into the future. My son was really opening his heart and sharing with us some of the things of how he felt growing up, a lot of times without me being there and the whys. But as my father told me, he said, Bob, don't you ever talk bad about your child's mother, no matter what she do. You just do your part, and that child will see your righteousness, your righteous doings just by you doing what's right. And I said, okay, Pop, I'm gonna do that. And yesterday was a confirmation of me being obedient to my father. Or should I say, me following the leader in my life. Me following my father's lead in that situation. Pardon me. So as we were talking, my son started giving out props. He was like, he appreciate me for basically not giving up on him while he was going through his anger issues, with me not being there and the whys. Because as I told him one time before, I was like, it's not what you think. It's not on my part. I tried to get you. But all things work together for the good of those that's called according to the Most High's purpose, and those that keep his commands, by which he say, if you love me, keep my commands, because we do love him. So I dare not go back and say what would have been, because I don't know. But I know that the Most High worked all things out for our good. And we all learn from the situation. But he was saying he was grateful that I didn't give up on him and that I gave him space and that I kept coming after him. But he told my wife, which was something special. He said, yeah, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't know how to tie my shoe. I said, oh boy. He said, yeah. And he went on to explain when she showed him, how she showed him, and broke down the whole live story. So this was a long time ago. He's 27 now. So it had to be about 25, 26, 20, at least 23 years ago when he was around. Five or six, something like that. But yeah. And she was like, I remember that. I sure do. And right from there, my son's wife, she said that her nephew was the same. She said he 10 years old, but he don't know how to keep his shoes tied. She said he'll tie them, but he won't tie them all the way to where they're tight. Pardon me. And she said that he told her, I want to be a front man. Pardon me. I want to be a front man like Malcom and Martin. I said, oh boy. And my mind is always, my wheels are always turning. I'm listening because I'm listening for the Most High in everything, because the text says, let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in his sight. So I'm trying to see what he's saying on every matter before I speak, especially when you're talking to other people. You want to be careful of your words. But he said, listen to that. I said, oh boy. And this is what I heard. I want to be a front man like Malcolm and like Martin, but you can't even tie your shoe. Oh boy. You want to lead, but you can't even follow. Front man, can you listen and obey? Can you follow? And then the Most High gave me this morning in my study time. No one wants to follow a spiritual leader any longer. They desire to follow a spiritual follower. Someone who's following the leader. That's why I said the spiritual follower. Because they're going to follow the leader who is also a follower. Yahushua HaMashiach, he never patted himself on the back. He never gave praise and honor to himself. He always gave praise and honor to the Most High. He always said, I'm at my Father's business, and I only say and do what I see him say and do. And I wrote about Yahushua HaMashiach. Yahushua was and is the greatest leader of all times, because he followed orders. Even to his own hurt, he was obedient. Period. Philippians 2:6-11 says, who, being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the stake. That's the text. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself. That's the text. He humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. And thank you, Most High. The Most High reminded me of this text. We went over this text a few weeks, if not last week. We was talking about this text as far as being humble and obedient, even unto death. And see, another text says we need to die daily. So it's not always going to be death unto the cross, but it's going to be death unto my own selfish needs and desires, as we'll see as we go further down along in the text, or in this idea. Even the death of the stake. Wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahushua every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahushua HaMashiach is Adonai, to the glory of Yahuwah the Abba. What I so love about Yahushua's story is that he showed his human side on a few occasions for, I think, our benefit. He questioned the plan, but continued to follow. Oh boy. He questioned the plan, but continued to follow. And we all have questions about the plan. But the point is, stay in line and keep following. It's all just like I told my mom and my wife, something that we said in our recording last week. I said, the Most High told me, everything I tell you to do is for your benefit. Everything I tell you to do is for your benefit. So keep walking it out. Keep walking it out every day. Get up and say, Father, what's next? Or Father, hallelujah, thank you for another day. What you got on the agenda today? What would you have me to do today for your kingdom's sake? How can I be at the kingdom's business today for you? He questioned the plan, but continued to follow, as we see in Luke 22:42. He said, Father, if you are willing, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. He even cried, as men ain't supposed to do. In John 11:35, we see Jesus wept. The text says that there were so many other works that Yahushua performed that they are too many to put into earthly books because the world couldn't contain them. And we see this in John 21:25. And it says, and there are also many other things which Yahushua did, which if they should be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. And I believe this is because of the work he did in creation. Because we do know that was the God of creation, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Son. So in my mind's eye, that means a lot of us have some catching up to do. Pardon me, let me go back. Now, how does that look concerning our own personal lives when he said that we would do greater works than these in John 14:12? Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto the Father. So in my mind's eye, that means a lot of us have some catching up to do. I see a lot of us, if not most of us, striking out on our own path and wanting folks to follow. However, what's your final destination? Or what's your destination? Where are you leading people to is the question. What's so sad about it is some folks start seeing that the destination you are leading them is heading nowhere before you realize it. In other words, folks that you have following you, or you piqued their interest and they're paying attention to you, they see the direction you're heading into and said, no, I can't follow that. That's messy. Just like that boo-boo in the bags we talked about earlier. It was like, something don't smell right following this fella. Something on his path is stinking. He got some stinking thinking mixed with his righteous talk. Oh boy. Oh boy. And they drop off from following you like a bad habit. The same destination you are trying to lead them into, they started following on their own. But they, as well as so many of us, now are asking for the righteous path. That's Jeremiah 6:16. And it says, thus says the Most High, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein. And you shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. You see, just as our forefathers, we desire to be leaders that refuse to follow. Oh boy. And also like our forefathers, we say we don't want it. I'm not gonna do it. Just like I say from time to time, I tell Hasatan, no, I'm not gonna be able to do it. See, a lot of us are telling the Most High that same thing. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. I like my own path. I like what I like. I don't want what you have for me. I don't care if you created me. I don't want to sit down and take the time and be patient with you and learn why you created me and what direction I need to take. No. See, all this means following. And a lot of us don't want to follow nobody. Even the Most High himself. We don't want nothing to do with him. Until, like I said in the prior recording, we need his resources. Oh boy. Dog, I stepped in something. Look at my shoe. The good thing about it is it don't look, seems to be boo-boo. Just a wet spot, mud in the grass. But praise the Most High. You want to be a leader, but you won't even follow. You want to lead, but you won't even follow. I think that's how we said it. But yeah, the young fella said, I want to be a front man like Martin and Malcom. But in reality, you can't even tie your shoe. You still tripping over your shoelaces. And that's a sad thing because that's where a lot of us are. We can't even handle the elementary things of the Most High. We can't even drink milk without throwing it up because we're trying to do things our own way. We can't even handle the milk. And that's the elementary things of the Most High. He said, you should be eating meat by now, but you're still on the milk. And you know it's bad if you're throwing up the milk. That means you're consuming something else that you're putting on your stomach. Then when you try to put the Most High's word on top of that, it don't work. The foundation is off. Hallelujah. You trying to lead but won't even follow. And the text that I was thinking about on the walk up, I should have had this one in the beginning. In order to be a great leader, or what the text says, in order to be great in the kingdom, you must be a great servant. And I was telling my wife, in order to be a great leader, you got to be a great follower. In order to be anything, you got to learn how to follow. Pardon me. Not only follow the individual that's doing it before you, but follow the Most High for the timing. Just like our Moray Harris spoke on last evening. He was like, before he started teaching and becoming a teacher like he is now, he had to be placed around certain men and women that was helping to work on his character. And see, that's what I'm doing now. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have a lot of rough edges that the Most High is smoothing down. And I'm far from perfect. But see, my thing is, I don't care about following. I don't mind following. See, that's one thing about ROTC. That's what it taught us, junior ROTC. It taught you how to be a great follower. And when you excel in following, they'll hurry up and call you to the front. Come on, I want you to be the leader. Come on, grab this position. Because you're doing exactly what they taught you. You're being a great follower, so you're a natural to lead. But all praises to the Most High. We're going to get on to the house, get something on our stomach, and prepare for the next day. Because as we used to say in the church, every day with Yahusha is sweeter than the day before. I look forward to the next day. But that don't mean I'm taking and skipping the day I'm at. Yeah, as always, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Follow that person the Most High put in your life to follow. I gotta go home and clean my shoes. My shoe at least. I want to see that mud that I stepped in. Now, if I had been doing the right thing, I wouldn't have stepped in no mess. or in no mud having to clean my shoe. Car would have stuck to the path that's been laid out for me to walk on. The paved path, the path of least resistance, where ain't nothing in the path but a few leaves. You might step on a pebble every now and again, but it's the proven way. That's why he said, ask for the old ways, the old righteous paths. Hallelujah. Ask for the right. And that's a simple prayer. Father, give me the righteous path for my life and help me to walk there in it, because I want what you want for my life. I want to do the right thing. And that's what I was telling my son. I was like, buddy, no matter what you do the right thing. Even if it hurts you, you try to do the right thing. And he was sitting there, yes sir, yes sir. See, a lot of times it's hard to take advice from folks you're upset with, who you think did you wrong. Notice I said who you think did you wrong. And like he said, he understand now, because it made him go back and question some of the other folks' actions in his life. And what I told him, I said, don't too much listen for my words. Just watch my actions. Just watch. Because that's what I'm about. I'm about showing and proving. I ain't about a bunch of talking. Now, part of that action is me doing what I tell you I'm gonna do. That has a whole lot to do with it now. Don't get me wrong. Pay attention to that too. Because if I tell you I'm gonna do something, then it's very important that I follow through. But all praises, we're gonna get on to the house. I'm gonna shut it down. I made me some good old lamb stew. I saw this recipe online shortly after I bought it. I'm like, oh boy, I got all them ingredients to the house. I said, I'm gonna put that together. And we sure are today. My wife started it. Well, I seasoned the meat, put it, I baked this, you could say marinated it overnight. And she set it up this morning in the pot, or in the container. We have this ceramic cooker. I wish it was a little larger, but I think the Most High for it, period. It's a ceramic cooker that I guess folks would call it a Dutch oven. When you put it in the oven, and it really cooks food, meats, potatoes, veggies. Very good. It's like it cooks them, it roasts them. So it's not really just steaming them, but when you take the top off, you got crisp. Like potatoes be nice and golden, but the inside be really tender. But all praise to the Most High. We put that meat in there. It be so tender. The onions, the peppers, the carrots, the potatoes, all that be melted together. All praise, I'm getting hungry as I speak. But all praises to the Most High. Ask the Most High to help you lead. To follow. But also to lead. So that's the idea and the thoughts we must have. willing to follow the Most High's voice wherever he takes. And like Yahushua, even unto death, to the point of dying daily. See, that's why I always say it's a daily walk. You gotta walk it out daily. Say, yes, sir, I'll do it. I'll go. No question. Come like Yahushua and say, not my will, but thy will be done. Nevertheless, nevertheless, nevertheless.